read the comments if there is anybody that watches tonight on my laptop. And so I have my laptop right here by me. And if somebody comes on, I can say hi to you. And if not, I'll just do a little coloring in the meantime. Let me find where I'm at here. I'm here on my page. Here I am. Let's see if it comes up. It shows right here live. And if I click on that, maybe I can, let's see if I can read the comments. That would be lovely if I can. Does it say one watching? Okay, we'll see. I've never done this like this. You know, the Sunday afternoon lives that I go on. And it shows one. I don't know if it's counting my where I'm at or not. Hello? Is that two? If you say hi to me, I'll say hello back. I thought I would just color a picture. Now, I've been using the alcohol markers in here all along. Let me see if I can get this bigger where I can read the writing more. Yeah. Maybe I can see that better. I've already did this page. This little book I got at Temu, and I really like it. I just love these little ladies. But I thought I might like to try to color one of them in color crayon. I've been doing the alcohol markers, and I thought I would just see what I can do. I hope you're all having a good night. Hi, Regina. I'm so happy to see you. This is just a little trial run. I didn't know there anything would anybody would be here or what. And the music in the background that's quiet, like hopefully it's not bothersome, but I knew it wouldn't be copyrighted. It's my daughter is playing, and it actually is for my grandson's ministry, and they call it soaking ministry, where you just put it on in the background and then you pray. You know, it's supposed to not be a distraction to you when you're praying or anything. So that's why I thought I'd try it. I just got these color crayons here. How are you doing tonight, Regina? And isn't it really late there? Fern, just Fern with us, autism, do not prefer to count. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but hello. And Joyce, could you pray for me as I am dealing with some things? I can certainly do that, and I will do that right now, live here, if you don't care. Lord Jesus, whatever Regina is going through right now, I pray, God, that you will help her. Lord, give her guidance. Whatever the case may be, you can see and you know everything about it. I pray you will help her, Lord Jesus, meet her need right now. Give her peace, comfort, and Lord, help her to know that you are in control. Help her to just put her trust in you. And God, we agree with her. Lord Jesus, meet her every need. Thank you, Father God. And I'm happy you're here, and we'll just keep praying for you too. You know, you never know what a person goes through, and we'll just pray that whatever it is that you have to deal with, God's with you. Can I see if I can, I was afraid my hand would be in the way when I was coloring, trying to figure out how to set this up. I'm lifting this up. And I hear we're supposed to have some more rain here. How is your weather there? Do you have, what kind of weather do you have? You're welcome. Regina, I don't know why I have this block about, I keep forgetting what state you're from. And how is your weather there? It's a little cooler today, and I hear we're supposed to have some rain. This little lady is going to be a little different than some of the others I've colored. You know, usually about this time, I am in my recliner, but I don't have it kicked back, and I have everything kind of set up here to where I can see, and I'm really happy to see I can get on my laptop and see this a lot better. This is new for me. You know, I'm getting close to the hours that I could be monetized. It's getting closer, but it's a everyday occasion. In fact, let me tell you, I think I have my paper right here. Let's see. Oh, you're in North Carolina. Wow, 1 a.m. Do you usually go to bed this late? That's kind of my bedtime. Of course, remember, I'm 3 hours earlier than you, I think. I'm on Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, North Carolina. That's where the Smoky Mountains are, aren't they? I remember driving through there, and I thought the Smoky Mountains was some of the most beautiful country in the whole wide world. I really enjoyed that. So you have, they're calling for bad winds and rain. Yep. We're supposed to have some rain this next week also. You are a night owl also? Yeah, me too. I was going to tell you about I've been kind of keeping a little note of it. Back in January, I had 3,531 view hours. You know, it changes every single day. And then it started going down. And just today, I think I noticed, and I haven't written it on here, it's 3563. So I'm finally a little ahead of what I was in January. It's really kind of weird because I don't really foresee that I'll ever make any money. That was never the reason I started YouTube, to make any money. I just felt like it would be a good thing, and it has been such a blessing for me. Lorraine, hello. I'm happy to see you. I didn't realize whether anybody would come on. And this is my first time to do a live like this. One time when I first started, I didn't even know how to turn the camera. And I put it on, it was the other way, and you could just see a little slit of me. I'm glad to hear, Regina. And I'm really happy my brother came over yesterday. Glenn came over yesterday to play. Yesterday? Yes, no. Today's Tuesday. On Sunday, he came over. That was such a wonderful. When I called over there to ask him, he says, I just don't know whether I feel like coming today. And so I went ahead and started getting ready for the music. And pretty soon, just before the knock came at the door, and there he was. He said, I decided to come. He says, oh my goodness, I'm so happy you came. That was so nice. Yeah. And then my sister from Texas, she was online, and she spoke to us online, and that was nice too. So do you stay up late, Lorraine? Let's see, you are in, is it Australia? I'm sorry if I'm I try to keep everybody neat. Not neat, you're all neat. I try to keep everybody in my mind where everybody's from, sometimes I don't succeed at that. Yes. So glad to hear Glenn play again. Yes, I agree. He's getting older, and it's sometimes it's a little hard for him, more so than it ever was before. Boy, you can't even hardly tell I colored that. These colors. Oh well, I'm gonna try it, and let's see. I think I'm gonna give her some gray hair. I've been giving everybody some bright colors. Is that gray? This is supposed to be skin tones, but I think it's, no, that looks brown. Maybe they don't have gray in that. Let's see if that one's, these are more brown. They're kind of misleading. I got another box of color crayons around here. Miss Susie at the donut shop gave me this set. You remember my little 94-year-old friend? Did Glenn teach himself to play? Actually, Glenn had most all of what he does is by ear. Yes, you're Australia. 5 p.m. Wow. I was thinking it was Australia. Glenn started playing the piano when he was a little kid. I'm not exactly sure how old he was, but he had some piano lessons, very few, because the teacher, when she would give him a lesson to play, if she played it for him, then he didn't have to bother to learn it. I mean, he just remembered it and played it by ear from then on. So he said he got a little basics on it, but not very much. So that was kind of his piano. And so most of it's just by ear. And, as you play, you get better and better. And over the years, he developed a really good, to be able to play really good. Now, I didn't have quite so much, I struggled a little more with him. And I had a home study, home course that I learned a little bit from, but I still didn't learn a lot. So we're more by ear stuff than not. Yeah, you're right. It's God-given talent, and and that's what a blessing that is. And his daughter, Teresa, well, both of his daughters sing, but his one daughter, Teresa, she plays, I don't know, you're probably seeing my hand moving around more than anything. Don't have this set up too well. His daughter, Teresa, she plays the drums very well. I don't think she's done too much of it lately, but she used to play pretty often in church. I went to Tops today. We always go on Tuesday, and it's really funny because one week I'll have lost a little bit, and next week I will have gained a little. And usually it's just like a few ounces, one way or the other. So thankfully it's not big amounts. I think I was up 0.4. That's not quite a half a pound. Well, this lady's getting her silver hair. It's not very bright. So what have you guys been doing this evening, Lorraine and Regina? I didn't know you. No, actually, I'm coloring with my right hand. This is my right hand. It's probably looking maybe different, but no, I am right-handed. My son is left-handed. My oldest son, Gordon, he's left-handed. And Barbara, my sister, is left-handed, but I'm right-handed. This is my left hand right here. Yeah, I'd be pretty handicapped if I couldn't use my right hand. Are you left-handed? This is a pretty good. This is called silver. So she's got silver hair. Do either one of you color? Gardening for a while, and it's a bit warm today. Oh my goodness. That sounds lovely. Now, when you say warm, is it about 70, 80 or more? Or do you go in Celsius or Fahrenheit? I know, does either one of you watch, what is it? Well, she changed her name, something about almost a acre. Oh, I can't think of the name of it now that I'm trying to say it. She lives in Canada, and she was just saying that it's under -5 Celsius. I don't know exactly what that is, but I know it's cold. Okay, let's see. On camera, it looks like you're left-handed now. Okay, so you're right-handed, and my daddy was a lefty. Okay, it's funny how that goes. I noticed in my grandchildren, I have let's see, I have one grandson that's left-handed, and then I have one great-grandson, two great-grandsons that I know are left-handed. So it's kind of all over the board with them. I like her hair pretty well, but I don't know about it's not very bright. I'm sure you probably can't even tell it, hardly. I don't know what color this poor dog. It's not going to be a very bright picture if I keep this up. I guess the dog could be, well, I got to color her a bright dress or something. It's 5 a.m. Oh, 29 Celsius. I'm not quite sure what Celsius is. Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, what is 29 Celsius?
29 degrees Celsius is 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. So it'd be 82 here. Wow. That's pretty good. Now that sounds really nice. Kind of. But, you know, if you're out working in the sun, I know it's not quite as nice. So I hope that music is okay in the background. You know, my grandson, the one of them, he is an evangelist, and he travels all over the country. And at one point, he had my daughter Gail make this music, and she plays and sings a lot. Now she sings and plays a total different style than my brother does. You may have heard her along the way. I've had her there, and last March when I went to North Dakota to visit my granddaughter, meet them there, we ended up singing together. That was so fun. And my granddaughter, her daughter, my daughter's daughter, and her family, she is a musician also and writes songs. You've heard me mention it. I guess we're all a little proud of our kids or whatever. Most of us, you know, sometimes they're not something to be proud of at times, but So tomorrow I have, does either one of you watch Patty, Life with Patty? Tomorrow I made her, recently she made her carrot soup. And so I made it, and it's going to be on tomorrow. Let's see. I liked it when you and your daughter, you remember that? That was fun. Yeah. Um, she, ever since she was a little girl, she's been singing and well, actually, I remember when she was 18 months old, and she was sitting in the back seat of the car, and she was singing the song Amen to the top of her lungs. Amen, amen. And she was carrying the tune too. That was fun. That kind of gave us an indication that she was going to be a singer. And then, of course, her dad and I sung together at that time. And that was my ex-husband. If you guys, you probably seen my life story or heard of it. It's in there. Let's see. Yes, your daughter sings. Yes, thank you. She does. I agree with that. And she started writing songs, and well, when she was, she may have wrote some younger, but when she was, but she never did anything with her music as far as trying to publish it or doing anything like that. Where my granddaughter, she's kind of going out with the idea. I mean, she's got one CD out already, and she's coming out with another pretty soon from Nashville. It's gospel, worship songs. Okay, she got her red glasses on. I have my video ready to around midnight or close to midnight. I load my video that will be coming out for most people to see tomorrow. Lorraine might see it today. Or you might too, depending on how late you stay up, Regina. Yeah, I've never done one of these to know whether you keep talking. It's just like mindless talking. Most of the time I can find something to say, but yeah, you stay up late too. So you really do. I mean, you're on a different time zone than us in a way, huh? That's great. I love it. Yeah, this being on YouTube, have either one of you ever thought of doing a YouTube channel or anything? Till the last few years, I really didn't think too much about it, but when I look back, a lot of my life, we did things. I mean, I remember getting the cassette out and trying to sing. I would sing one part and then I'd get another cassette and when nobody was here and try to sing the harmony part and play one tape recorder and sing, and then anyway, I was not very professional, but it sure was fun. And then my son kept saying, "Mom, you need to have a YouTube channel." My young son, Gordon, not my young son, Josh. He's 30, I think he's 36 now. Time passes so fast, it's hard to imagine. Actually, my son and daughter-in-law, Josh, the young one, him and his little girl from Arizona will be here in a few days, and she'll get to stay a couple weeks. So I'll get to be with my little granddaughter. Only she's not so little anymore as far as height. She's taller than me. Let's see. Gwen, hello. Just getting ready for bed and saw you. We're live. Gwen has a wonderful channel if you guys haven't watched her before. She is such a wonderful artist and she's got the most beautiful voice. I want to see your beautiful face. Did you read when I said that, Gwen? Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you're here. Even for a few minutes, it's wonderful to see you. You know, I just took a chance. I didn't know whether anybody would be. Let's see, I was watching you, but I wouldn't do it. Your granddaughter is, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's fun. You know, I almost said I was a professional YouTuber watching people. I watch so many people. And actually, since I started this channel, I haven't been able to watch as many of the people I used to watch. You know, time you get around to everybody you watch. It's, let's see, oh, you are so kind. Yes, I did. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gwen is a great artist. I haven't been able to get that much into it. I mean, you know, I do fabric more than anything else. And I hadn't colored in years till I started watching Patty. And boy, you talk about color books. I don't know if it's 300 or so color books she's got. It may be more than that. You know, we're going to be meeting up for lunch. I wish you was here, Gwen. You could come too. It's coming up I think it's next month. And we've already had 2 or 3 meetups with some of the girls, and that's always so fun to do. Is there yellow dogs? I want something a little bit different in this dog. Probably that's too much. Okay. He's going to be a yellow dog. His mama had him dyed. I was just telling Helen Makes Art. Helen, am I saying it right? Helen, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. I was just telling her about my family. You know, my dad he was one of 18 children. And let's see, she is always busy. I'm always wishing I could join you. That would be awesome. Let's make sure I'm not dropping I'm getting my laptop a little bit. Okay. I was telling Helen that my dad was one of 18 children, and so quite a while, maybe a year or so ago, maybe longer than that now, I did a video. My cousin had interviewed each one of the brothers and sisters. There was a dozen boys and a half a dozen girls in my daddy's family. And they all, one girl died very young, and another one died when she was about 8 or 9, and the rest of them lived to adulthood. My dad was number 4. And one of my cousins set up an interview, let me say, with each one, or had somebody tell a little bit about each one of them. And so, you know, we had those papers, so that's what I read my story from. And it turned out so nice, and it was so nice to hear. And some of those stories, and some of the, like one, they was telling about my aunt that was going to have a baby. This was back in the olden days, like the early 1900s, or right around that time. And So she was going to have a baby, and they'd had some dogs hanging around. When the time was to be for her to have the baby, the husband was going to go and get the doc. Some of the doc names was Doc Fulton. I don't know whether it was that one that delivered this baby. But when my uncle left to go get the person, the doctor. Let's see. Thank you for praying for me. I am going to get ready for bed. I have to work tomorrow. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate you coming. God bless you, and you have a good night. I'll look forward to seeing you soon. My uncle he ran as fast as he could to run out the door, and these dogs had been hanging around, and all of a sudden the dogs started getting closer to getting in the house because he didn't latch the door, and they got in, and here my aunt was in the bed getting ready to have this baby, and she was trying to and they was coming at her, barking at her and coming at her. And all she had a stack of books, and she started throwing a book one at a time to keep the dogs away from her. Well, somehow it made it. She ended up having the baby when the husband got back, and with the doctor, the baby had already been born, and somehow the dogs didn't get her. But it was a miracle. It was an exciting time for him. And a memorable one at that. So those are just some of the stories they, told. Each one of them had a story. Some of them were more interesting than others, which is life. Every day of your life is not so interesting, but there can be some really interesting times. Yeah, it's fun to think. I wish I could remember more stories, because I know there's a lot of them. I know they told one story about, my dad used to tell this, with those 18 children. Let's see, you know what? I don't remember what year my dad was born. Hey, wait, let's see, hold on, I might have it. Oh, there it is, I think. My brother just brought over this the other day. They found it in their paper. I don't know if you can see that. It's marriage, mom and daddy's, and you guys are the first ones to see this. This is the marriage license. Okay, let me get the first one. This was so interesting. Now, some of them might have been this one is called the delayed certificate. This is my daddy. He was born in 1912. And you know what this says? And I thought this was interesting because I never realized this. And on the one line it says, "Are your parents?" I got a mosquito in here. "Are your parents married?" And it says yes. Did you know they used to put that on there? That was Black Gum, Oklahoma. Now this was a delayed one, so they put in for it later. Let's see what year they put it in for. Subscribed and sworn, okay, in 1940. Okay, so that was one of them he brought over. That was Daddy. And let's see, Mama was a little younger. Whoa. Let's see, that's a repeat of Daddy. I think I had another one. Yeah, I ended up getting a little bit more. Nobody else seemed to want it. Okay, okay, here you go. I thought I had Mama's birth certificate. Now this is Mom and Daddy's wedding marriage license. Look at that. Um, they got married June 15th in 1938. Yeah. Oh, I have to tell you that story. You probably heard it before. Um, my uncle went with them to get married, and he was a jokester. And so whenever they said I do, my uncle grabbed my mama and kissed her. Now I can't tell you whether it was on the lips or not. I didn't get that part of the story. But anyway, that's been the story, that he kissed her before my daddy did. Oh goodness. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, let's see. I was going to tell you something else. Yeah. Uh, well, this has been fun, you guys. I just really enjoy it. And I never know, when to say goodbye or anything like that. I don't want to wear anybody out. I don't even know what colors I'm coloring these. I'm just grabbing. Yeah, it's been fun. I had about 56 first cousins, and we still go to the reunions. They're in Oklahoma. So Barbara, my sister, and I, Lord willing, and all goes well, we will be going back there. I think it's in June, sometime in June, for our reunion. Well, we'll fly to Dallas, and then ride up with my sister Sharon to Oklahoma, where we have our reunion. That's the birthplace where my daddy was from. And if you remember, I don't know if you've seen any of my old videos, but it's right where they was from, where daddy was born, and some of the cousins still live there. A lot of them moved away, but we still have a few that lives there, and that's been fun to see all my cousins. And we still have a big reunion. And then after that, some of us, my sister and my cousins, 2 or 3 of my cousins and their families, we go to Branson, and then we go to some of the shows there. And we're going to go back to Sights and Sounds, and that's always a Bible story, and I can't remember which one. We've seen different ones each year, and they are so good. And we have this every other year. So it's not every year, it's every other year, and this is the year. So I'm excited about going. Hope all goes well. I don't like flying anymore. But who knows? Do either one of you fly much? It's been a good time to get together with the cousins. I wasn't raised with those cousins, besides we'd go back there for our reunions when we was growing up every so often. I don't know, these colors I'm choosing, not very bright. So how is the weather your way, Gwen? Has it been pretty nice? Let's see. Oh, you flew to Utah last month. Not my favorite way. Oh, I agree with that. I don't care about flying, but it gets you there fast. I know I would like to go back to Florida again to see my daughter, but after last time, on the way, let's see, it's been nice, very nice. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. Okay, yeah. The last time I flew by myself, I was coming along good. I flew to Florida. That worked good. And on the way back, for some reason, and I never could figure it out, I fainted on the flight. That was horrible. I was so embarrassed. And, of course, then when you faint, a lot of times you get sick. Anyway, it was not a pretty sight. And it really, but, I never could figure out why. I think it was a lot of nerves. And so then again, I flew since then when Barbara and I went to Texas, and I did fine on that trip. But going by myself now, I'm thinking, I don't know. I want to, although let's see, I did go another time. Last March, I went to North Dakota, but it wasn't so far. And I met my daughter who lives in Florida, and we both met there at her house. So that was nice. But I still don't like fly. It's just one of those things that get me there fast. We used to take road trips, my husband and I, more so than flying. He didn't mind driving, so that always made it nice. And I didn't mind riding. So, oh, I forgot. I have my coffee over here, you guys. I forgot it. It's a little cool. And this is a cup of decaf coffee now. Excuse my arm. Right in front. Gwen, have you ever had a live? Or do you have them and I just don't know it? I know Martha has them every so often, and I get to some of them, but not too many. It seems like in the day I'm always editing something or doing something. And then again, most days I go somewhere. Let's see. I've been on Martha's live with her. Yes, Martha is so talented too. Did you happen to see the video that I went over to her house and videoed her setup? That was, what, a year ago maybe? That was fun. I keep thinking I'll get into other kind of, let's see, yes, when you interviewed her, yes, that was fun. I keep thinking I'll do more handcrafts, but I sew. I started a project of, actually it's a quilt, a little one, like almost a baby size blanket, or like a little, not, I don't even know how big to say, but not very big. And I was going to make them different sizes and or different patterns, but I got hung up on the second one, and it's taken me longer. Actually, I went in there and just did a little video of it where I can show a little bit of it while I'm doing. Helen, you're here. Hello. You stay up late too. You're back there. Wow, that's amazing. This is my first time to ever try something like this, Helen. So let's see. Hi, Helen. Yeah, we were just talking about you, Helen. And then I said, Helen does art. And I thought, no, that don't sound right. It's Helen Can't Imagine. I love your name there. That is so cool. How did you come about with that name, Helen? You know, it's interesting to know how a person comes up with the name for their channel. I struggle with mine for a while. I knew I wanted the name Peach because, you know, that is my name and it's a fun name. And I knew I wanted to do something with thrifty because I've always been so thrifty my whole life. It's 12:30 here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So not quite as bad. That's about 12:30 or 1. That's when I'm thinking about going to bed usually. How did you get your name? Did you decide to choose that name, Helen? Let's see. My daughter named the channel because I was no mind's eye. Okay. I don't see pictures. You know, I think there was one other person that said that. Okay. Gwen, it's nice to have you. You have a good night, my friend. Was it Nona Grace that said the same thing? I heard someone else mention that also. And I think that's very interesting because I never heard the term till either you or someone else mentioned it recently. And I think it very well could have been just you. But she named a good name for you. You have a good one. God bless you. That is wonderful to hear, you know, things about people. I always enjoy that. I guess I'm naturally curious. I hope to think it's not nosy, but it might be on the it might be just a little on that, not intentionally mean like, but you know, just a natural curiosity. Got to give her some blush. This is not very bright. Well, she's kind of pretty. She still likes to wear her makeup. Just a natural curiosity. Yes, that is. Now tomorrow, my friend and we're going to go to, we have a new pizza buffet and we're going to go and give it a try. You know, some of the pizza buffets that we used to go to just kind of went by the wayside. No, you know what? That's somebody else said that too. I am right-handed. It just looks like it. See, this is, and this hand's my right hand closest to you and the screen. But yeah, one of the other girls just said that. But no, I'm definitely right-handed. Yep. That's funny. Now, I notice every once in a while, or maybe it's the same way, and I just think they're left-handed when I see other people on YouTube. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I left her one hand out. I didn't color her poor hand. Maybe I'll put some black streaks in her hair. Is that black or purple? Hold on. Yeah, it's black. I don't know. I have to edit a lot, it seems like. And today on my carrot recipe, I loaded it all, and then I thought, I got this all backwards because I didn't do it all. I did it in little segments. That really confused me. It made me do some extra work today. But it gives me something to do. Let's see. Oh, your camera. Yeah, actually, I see myself in the camera. A lot of times I aim it the other way, but I'm getting to where I do it this way a little bit more. So that's what it is then. Yeah, okay. I bought a camera to make. Okay, you know what? I'm making mine tomorrow, so you'll see the way I made mine tomorrow. It's coming out in a few minutes. I've got it ready to load in just a few minutes. Well, near midnight I'll put it out and then head to bed. Actually, I have my booktube ready to come out too. So, I was putting them out in the morning, and I don't know. Can you tell a difference whether it's with a live you don't have to? Yes, with a live you don't have to edit. That's the truth. And this is my first, well, I did try it one other time very shortly, and I didn't even get it's before I learned to turn my camera the right way. That was interesting. Still didn't get her hand. But when I first started doing my YouTube, my young son, Josh, he had, oh, this is why I'm looking in the wrong box. My son, Josh, my young son, he had a YouTube channel, and he was doing very well in it, and they did really good. That was before him and his wife split up, his ex-wife, the one I have all the pictures of. She was a really great artist. She's a real sweet girl. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but you always hate to see any marriage break up. But anyway, they had the channel. It was more him, but he was building the tiny home, and they had he was doing interviews with people, with different people that had tiny homes and tiny living, and he was doing quite well at it. I mean, he never did a lot of, but I mean, they put a lot of time in it, and he would get somebody else on the line, and he would interview that other person, and he was doing good. He had a lot of equipment and all that. So he said, "Mom, you should start a channel." So anyway, so he kind of gave me the pointers to begin with, and then I got the Power Director editing program. So that's what I use. And so eventually, I didn't ask him to do anything. And it's funny because both of my boys, I don't think they hardly ever watch any of my videos. My daughter-in-laws might once in a while. My daughter does all the time. If I leave, my computer wants to update. I told it not to now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, just stay as long as you can. I haven't even decided how long I'll stay on here, but I just, I was telling before, Helen, that my numbers are getting close. I'm less than 500 away from being where I could be monetized, but they're playing this numbers game for a long time now, and I mean, I lose a few and gain a few on the numbers, because it changes every day, and so you don't know, how it's going to be. So it's fun. I'm a numbers person anyway. I like to look at the numbers. So let's see. I don't know. I think I've got her colored as best I can. Still don't know whether I like her skin. Color crayons just don't color as well. Yay. Woohoo. Yeah. Yeah. I started my YouTube channel October 2022. My husband passed away August 2022. And after that is when my son started saying, Mom, you need to start a YouTube channel. And so I thought, well, why not? He said, you're always showing how to do something. You're always doing something. So might as well show it. So, and then every time I would be doing something, he'd say, Mom, why didn't you film that? Why didn't you show that? So gradually I started doing just about all of it. And money saving ideas, that's always been I had to live, that way most of my life. Saving money, watching out for, oh, she looks like she's got streaks in her nose now. That didn't do much good. Okay, you guys, that picture is done. I Googled why crayons don't color. Oh, I think I remember you talking about that. Your 1 year YouTube anniversary is coming up March 14th. Congratulations, it's almost there. Wow, that's awesome. You've done very well in that year, Helen. That's awesome. Now, I think a lot of times if you join in collabs, that really does help. And I've joined in not the art world as much as some of the others. But, it's all kinds we do, so that's good. Okay, I done it. I did it. That's bad English. You ever notice when you talk, sometimes you realize how bad your English? Yeah, the collaborations are wonderful. A lot of them I really enjoy. And I don't know if I'll start. I've been having Susie draw my colors on this one. She always enjoys that. She's coming up on 94 real soon. Or is she already 94? I keep forgetting. We have a lady that comes to our tops. Thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. We have a lady that comes to our tops. Actually, she was there today. She's 97. Is it 97 or 98? She drives there by herself, and she still gets her hair, has an appointment every week to get her hair colored and fixed up every week. And she's an amazing little lady. She seems as bright as any of us. It's amazing to see how together she has it. I love it. Well, guys, I think I'm just about gonna be. I hate to leave you. Oh, I like you all here, and I really appreciate it. I might try this another time. You just, if you come by, it's just gonna be pop-up ones if I do it. I won't be planning those, but I do try to do the Sunday afternoon ones. Every so often, not so many people come on then, but they come in later to watch on the live, the gospel singing. My brother's, I always enjoy his music so much, and I love it when he comes. And I told him, I said, you have a standing invitation to come every time you can. He is still working. He is 83. He works 10-hour days, 3 days a week, and he drives, almost a half an hour to get there. It's amazing. Yeah. So, you know what, you guys, I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to get around and get the last minute things done for my to edit this. And then, yep, that keeps him young. And so I want to thank you, everyone, for joining me. I hope let me just turn my head up here where you can see I am really here, and I got my glasses on. Hello. And I'm going to leave you like now. Let me take my glasses off. Maybe I'll get oops, hold on. There. in my chair. Still got my scarf on. It keeps my neck warm. Okay. Good to see you guys. God bless you. I pray God gives you a good night of sleep. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.